Sorry about that. If you was in the last stream, I didn't mean that. When you were looking at the Gaboon Vipers, the stream failed. I have just bought a new Wi-Fi mesh system, that I am hooking up so I'll get good coverage throughout my entire property, so we don't have to dropping streams anymore and things like that. That actually arrived today, so I'm going to get that hooked up, and I'm almost certain my new camera equipment's going to start arriving tomorrow. So I will, over the next week, be starting to get that stuff all in order and get our streams a little more organized and working out a little bit better. We got 3 people in here watching. Can you other 2 hit that thumbs up for me, please? I really appreciate it. You just double tap center your screen, give us a like. If we get likes when we very first start the stream, it tends to put it out there to a much larger audience. We get a whole lot more people in checking it out. So please hit that thumbs up button for us. And I figured I'd bring you in since it's been a few days that I haven't been able to do live streams. I figured I'd bring you in and let you see the timber rattlesnakes. A lot of people seem to enjoy checking out the timbers. So here they are. They're getting pretty close to a month old now. Hopefully our couple youngsters that watch this come in real soon. I haven't heard from them in a few days either. The Soviet Kitty and Hijinks, they are both young kids, still in school, very interested in animals. Hijinks has intentions to be an exotic vet when she grows up. I think that's a real good choice. There's very few exotic vets available out there. And when you do find one, they're usually astronomical prices where it's so out of reach. So a lot of exotic animals, such as snakes, especially venomous snakes, get a hard shot. They just, if they get sick, it's hard to get anybody to look at them and stuff. So you got to learn a lot of it on your own, do a lot of diagnosing. I actually, myself, when I get a sick reptile now, I will, I actually test myself. I do the cultures and the swabs, the gram staining to pinpoint what bacteria it is so I can get the appropriate medications. Thankfully, I have a vet that will prescribe medications to me. I diagnose the animal. I still have to go into the office once every so many months, and he will go ahead and write whatever medications I need for the animals. He will not examine the animals himself. Now, he will look through a enclosure, so if I put them in a deli container or something like that, take them in, he'll take a look like that, but he will not go hands-on with a venomous snake. And I respect that. He don't have the experience and stuff like that with them, so I'm just very thankful to have somebody that will help me out with the medications I need, and they understand that I know what I'm doing when it comes to the testing. And as always, Sue, right there to the farthest left, that little head you see there, that's our queen. But these guys are getting much bigger. Rattlesnake Jake is right there in the front. He's doing very well. The one black face with that bump on his face, the bump looks like it has gotten a little bit bigger. He's still moving around fine. He ate the other day, about 4 days ago. So I'm concerned with the bump, but he's doing fine. It'll either go away or maybe he'll live with it forever. I don't know what's going to happen with it exactly yet. We just got to keep monitoring it and see what happens. But everybody overall is doing very well. And actually, if you look real close there by Rattlesnake Jake, we got the other one hiding right underneath the sphagnum moss there. That's the one that has the bump on his face. Or actually, I've got that backwards. I apologize. That's Rattlesnake Jake underneath, and the guy with the bump on his face is right there. And right there, you're able to see the bump on the left side. It'd be your left, his right. But he's got that bump right there. Now, he is going to shed within the next couple of days. So, with any luck, when he sheds his skin, that bump will resolve itself. But I don't look for it because it just seems, you know, rather swollen. So, oh, look at that. You get a big, wide open mouth shot already, guys. That's got to be worthy of a like out of the other 3 that are in here that haven't hit the like button yet. Come on, guys. Double tap center your screen. Give us a thumbs up. What's happening right now, the one you see rubbing her face that just opened her mouth, what's happening, they're so close to their new shedding process that they're actually trying to loosen that skin up around their mouth to get the shed started. They'll at first rub their face like they are, get it to start peeling off of their head and off their jaw, and then they'll work it down off of the rest of their body. She's trying real hard to get that loosened up. Yep, she's trying extremely hard. She will get it. It's just take a little while. I don't expect her to actually shed for another 2 or 3 days, but she will, you know, and she could surprise me and shed a little sooner. Yep, that's what she's doing. She's itching to get that thing off. That's for sure. She wants it off of there. I assume that when it's that close to there she goes again with a wide open mouth. You see the size of the fangs for little baby snakes. That's amazing. They're a pretty large fang for their size. Hey guys, hit that thumbs up for me. Double tap center your screen. Give us a like. But yeah, she really wants that skin off. I got to imagine that it's, you know, itchy or uncomfortable to them, you know. There have been studies to show that, you know, these snakes do feel pain. They have sensations and stuff, you know. I'm sure it's a little different than us humans, but they still experience those kind of things. And we've all had an itch somewhere that, you know, we just keep trying to scratch it and it just won't go away, you know. But you know, she'll get it, and then she'll feel good. There comes Eyeless. She has to make sure she gets back into the camera frame. That little snake, it's almost like she knows when she's out of frame of the camera. She always wants to be in the frame. People got to see her. Hey, Animal Expert, how are you? I'm glad to see you back again. Appreciate you stopping in. Double tap your screen, give us a thumbs up while you're here, if you will, please. I appreciate it. And like the last time, these are still timber rattlesnakes, scientifically known as Crotalus horridus. I'm doing real well, real well. I had a few days where I had some personal issues that I had to handle, so that's why I didn't have a stream for a couple of days. And then I had a air conditioner failure in the snake room, So a couple of snakes did get overheated, but we are, soaking them and everything, trying to get them to bounce back. I'm hoping they'll be okay. With the one monocle cobra is one of them that had the issue, but I'm hoping he'll be okay here. We'll see what happens. He has made some improvements since yesterday. But yeah, overall, they're all doing well. Everything seems to be pretty good. I like to, get these streams on for y'all, but unfortunately, I wasn't home, to be able to do that while I had the issues going on that I had to take care of. But I'm back now, so you can expect a stream, all the time again, just like I do. This evening, we will be doing an unboxing of a couple of new venomous snakes. So definitely watch for that. If you don't have your notifications on, turn them on. That way you know when I go live this evening, and you can get to check out our new snakes that we get. I think a handful of y'all will really like both of the new snakes that we have coming. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in. There's 12 of y'all taking a quick look here. There's about 9 of y'all that haven't hit the like button yet. Can y'all hit the like button for us, please? I appreciate the hearts and whoever's hitting them. I appreciate that. But if you haven't hit the like yet, double tap center of your screen to give us a thumbs up. The hearts are much appreciated. That shows us that you like it. But the only way that it helps with the algorithm is to give us a thumbs up. These baby timber rattlesnakes are real close, within a couple of days of being 1 month old. They have eaten 2 times so far. They have shed once. They are relatively close to going into shed again. A lot of their eyes have already turned blue and went back to clear. So I would assume over the next couple of days we'll start to see them actually shed. And after they have this second shed, we will feed them for the 3rd time. After the 3rd feeding, they will all get put into their individual enclosures, and we will grow them up until next spring, at which time we will release some of these ones and some of the other enclosure. All total right now, I've got about 43 baby timber rattlesnakes. We intend to release about 20 to 25 of them next spring out into the wild, back into the habitat that they would naturally be found, to help try to boost the, populations. And then we will have a couple such as Eyeless, the one in the dead center of your screen there, and also Rattlesnake Jake. They will stay with us in an enclosure, right in the snake barn. I do have some non-venomous snakes. I have ball pythons, and I have a couple of hognose snakes. They are actually a venomous snake. They're a rear fang venomous. They're not harmful to humans at all, but they are still a venomous snake. But most people think of them as a non-venomous. So yes, I've got the hognose and ball pythons. I bred ball pythons and Burmese pythons way back in the day. Back when you had a normal wild type ball python and Burmese python and albino. They were the only 2 that you could get back then. The morphs and the color patterns and stuff have evolved tremendously in the last 20-25 years. Ball pythons and hognose are your favorites? Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people, feel like you about that. I believe both of them are a very great beginner snake for people, and they're also great for the expert. They're just an all around, very squared off snake, for anybody. They're relatively easy to care for. They feed pretty well, now and then. When you raising up a baby of a ball python, it'll usually get to around 900 to 1,000 grams in weight, and it'll decide that it wants to be picky and stop eating for a little while. But it does. It'll start back up eating again and stuff. That's just something that seems to happen quite frequently. You have a normal ball python. Oh yeah, how old is your python? If I was to do a normal live stream, would I be able to get you regular viewers to watch on a normal horizontal live stream? The reason I'm asking is if I could get y'all to watch some normal live streams for a few days, that helps add to my watch hours. I need to get up to 4,000 watch hours, and that would really help me get there. Y'all tune into this stream all the time, so I'm hoping you would tune into that one. It would be the same, just a different, you know, it'd be like turning your phone sideways. She just turned a year old in July. Good, good. Uh, Thank you, Sue. How often do you feed your ball python? You feed once a week? Oh yeah, yeah. I would do my live streams a little bit later in the day. That wouldn't be a problem. If anybody in here is interested or has experience with venomous snakes, I do have a few venomous snakes for sale. I have got a juvenile West African gaboon viper. I have got a juvenile rhino viper. And I have a adult Atheris chlorechus. And I've got an adult male. I have an adult male Purpur maculatus, or shore pit viper. Awesome, thank you. So tomorrow I will do the normal live stream. Y'all will probably have to have your notifications on to realize when that one goes live. I'm not sure how you find that live stream. I know this live stream shows up in the shorts feed. An elephant trunk snake, they're fully aquatic. You know, I have thought about some aquatic snakes. I got to be honest, though, I'm a little bit intimidated by having to keep the water, you know, at the right levels, pH, you know, all the things that come along with, you know, aquariums. I'm sure I could do it. And I may venture into that. I think maybe the way I would handle that is, and you know what, maybe I'll do that for, you know, since you were the first one to suggest, you know, something aquatic. What I would probably do is I'll get a small aquarium. I will get it set up, and maybe I'll keep some fish for a couple of months. Just to learn to balance out everything with the water that needs to be done, and then I will move on to an aquatic snake. Are they saltwater or are they freshwater, those snakes? Freshwater non-venomous. Okay. All right. Yeah, I will certainly start reading into them, learning about them, and I'll definitely get an aquarium. You know, you give me just a little bit here, you know, and I will get an aquarium started with a few fish, and then after a month or two of doing that, and I make sure that I can do everything correctly, I will see about getting an elephant trunk snake if they're available to purchase. In fact, I'm gonna Google them right now. Yeah, it looks like I will be able to find one when I'm ready to buy one. So, yeah, I will definitely start researching that and see what I can do about making that happen. That would probably be a great addition to the reptile collection here for the Virtual Reptarium. I have to step away from the camera for a few minutes here, but I'll be back with you here shortly. Make sure you keep an eye on the snakes for me. Make sure they don't go nowhere. All right. Animal expert, I appreciate it. I'll be back a little later, and I will be showing the new snake unboxing. It'll be this evening. So I see that you turned on your notifications. So if you're still in here and hear me, I thank you for that. And thank you for trying to get people to hit the like button. I appreciate that. And I will see y'all later on. I'm going to stop this stream, and we will start a stream up this evening when I am ready to do the unboxing.